everyone, it's Crochet by Beb. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing fine today. For this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this cardigan. It's very simple. You're just going to make the back panel and then the two front panels, sewing them together, and then the sleeves and then the borders and then the accessories. The cardigan is made to measure. The stitch pattern is a multiple of 8 plus 1. I will explain furthermore that in the next clip, and it's a 2-row repeat stitch pattern. So it's very simple stitch pattern that looks beautiful. For your measurement reference, my final measurement of my cardigan is 22 inches wide. This can be more stretched, you can see. So it depends how stretchy your yarn you're going to use. And then this is 19 inches or 20 inches long, and the sleeves 16 inches long. This is made to measure. You can decide how you would like the fit of your cardigan. You make it a bit fitted onto you or a bit loose with a balloon sleeve or a bit tight sleeve. Okay, for the materials, I use this yarn, this brand. I can't pronounce it. It's a German brand in this color, Carrara color special edition, and it's very light yarn and it's fluffy. You can see this is 150 grams with 525 meters for or medium weight yarn. I really like this yarn. That's why I bought more other color. Yeah, I bought in this store here in Switzerland. So this is only a reference. You can use any kind of yarn you would like to make for your cardigan. It's nice also to make it in cotton yarn if you live in a warm weather place. So this is only a reference if you would like to use also this kind of yarn. It's very light yarn but it's warm, and I use 5mm hook, tape measure, scissors, stitch markers, and yarn needle, and 6 buttons. So it's up to you also how many buttons you would like to put in your cardigan. Before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and you can share your work with me in my Instagram at Crochet by Beb. If you're going to enjoy making your cardigan, and let's start. I'm going to show you first how to make the stitch pattern and then how to start your panel. The stitch pattern is a multiple of 8 plus 1. We're going to start with the foundation chainless of single crochet. So make a slip knot, insert your hook, chain 1, make a bit loose, then insert your hook into this chain 1, grab a yarn, then yarn over, pull through 1 loop, and then in these 2 loops. Again, insert your hook in these 2 loops at the bottom, grab a yarn, pull through 1, and then pull through 2 loops. Now we have 2 single crochet. Again, insert your hook in these 2 loops at the bottom, grab a yarn, pull through 1, and then 2 loops. Insert hook, grab, pull through 1, pull through 2, insert hook, grab, pull through 1, pull through 2. So you're going to continue this till you have a multiple of 8 plus 1. Okay, continue. Okay, I have a total of 25 stitches here just to show you how to make the stitch pattern. For the first row, we're going to turn our work, then single crochet into this first stitch and chain 2. This single crochet and chain 2 counts as our first double crochet. So we're going to make our first double crochet like this, single crochet and then chain 2. Then we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then here into this next chain we're going to work pop stitch. Okay, so yarn over, insert into that next stitch, pull a bit up, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, grab a yarn, pull a bit up, yarn over, insert again into that same stitch, grab and pull a bit up. Now we have 7 loops on the hook. we're going to yarn over and pull all into these loops, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to repeat into this same stitch, yarn over, insert, grab, pull a bit. So you're going to do this like 3 times till you have 7 loops on the hook. Then yarn over all into these loops, then chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, one more pop stitch into the same stitch, 2, 3. Into this last pop stitch, you only need to chain 1. So we have our 3 pop stitches here. And then we're going to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. Into that next, we're going to work double crochet. And then we're going to skip 3 chains again, 1, 2, 3, and then next work the 3 pop stitches. So yarn over, insert into that 4th, pull a bit up. So you're going to do this 3 times. Then yarn over all into that loops, chain 3, then again, chain 3, another pop stitch, chain 1, then skip 3 again, then double crochet. So you're going to repeat like this, the skip 3, then the 3 pop stitches, chain 3 here, chain 3, only chain 1 in here to close the pop stitch in this last pop stitch here, then skip 3, then double crochet into that next chain or stitch, then skip 3, and then work into that next chain or stitch your pop stitches. So you're going to continue that into the rest of the stitches, and then you're going to end with 1 double crochet also, same like we start here, 1 double crochet. Coming back to show you here into this last stitch, into the last stitches or chains, you're going to skip 3 also, and then double crochet into this last stitch. So this is our first row. For row 2, you're going to turn your work, and then into this first stitch, work single crochet, and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So this single crochet, then chain 2 counts as our first double crochet, and then chain 1 space, and then jump in here into this chain 3 space, work single crochet, then chain 3. Into this second chain, we're going to make a bit loose because we're going to work our pop stitch onto that later for the next row. So chain 3, into this second chain, make a bit loose your chain like that, and then another one. So chain 3, and then into this chain 3 space, work single crochet, then chain 1, then on top of this double crochet, work double crochet. So we're going to work on top of this of double crochet throughout the row. Okay, then chain 1. So in between of this double crochet, we're going to make chain only in this row. Okay, into this chain 3 space again, single crochet, then chain 3, make a bit loose the second chain, then single crochet into that second chain 3 space. So it look like this. So single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet into the chain 3 space, chain 1, and then double crochet on top of your double crochet stitch, chain 1, and then single crochet into that chain 3 space, chain 3, make a bit loose second chain, then single crochet, chain 1, and into that last stitch into this double crochet. So you're going to count here 3, this single crochet 1 2 3. So you're going to have 1 chain here for the space, make double crochet. So this is our row 2. Then for row 3, turn work and start repeating like the same our row 1. Now this time we're going to work into that chains. For row 3, you're going to work single crochet on top of this, double crochet, then chain 2. And this counts as our first double crochet. And then we're going to work the same like this, the 3 puppy stitches now into this chain here in the middle. That's why we made this a bit loose. We're going to work in here. So yarn over, insert into that second chain, pull a bit up 3 times, then pull into that loops, then chain 3 into that same chain, work puff stitch, chain 3, then another puff stitch, then chain 1, and then on top of the double crochet, work double crochet, then jump into that chain 3 and then work your 3 puff stitches, chain 3, only chain 1 there just to close your last puff stitch, and then double crochet on top of the double crochet. Okay, so it look like this. Continue. Then last stitch, work double crochet. So you're going to count 3 1, this is the single crochet 1 2 and 3, work double crochet. So this is our row 3. For the stitch pattern or the repeating row, we're going to repeat row 2 and then row 3. So row 2 is the single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. I will show you once more here. Row 2 is turn your work, work single crochet into your first stitch, and then chain 3, 1 2 3. This counts as our first double crochet, and then chain 1 space, and then single crochet into that chain 3 space, then chain 3, make a bit loose your second chain, and then single crochet into that next chain 3 space, then chain 1, double crochet on top of your double crochet stitch. So you're going to repeat this for row 2, and then again next row is for row 3. You're going to repeat that, your puff stitches. You're just going to single crochet then chain 2. That is your first double crochet, and then jump into that chain 3 space and work your 3 puff stitches in between of 3 chains, and then work double crochet on top of the double crochet. Simply as that to make these stitches, simple but beautiful. Now I'm going to show you how to start your panel. For the first panel, you're going to make the back panel, but first how to get the measurement. First, measure your bust circumference and then add a few inches onto that. For the positive ease, for your cardigan. This is made to measure, so you can decide how wide or how fit you would like for your cardigan. You can add at least a few inches to get a bit loose fit, or just stick onto that bust circumference if you would like a bit fitted cardigan. Okay, measure your bust circumference and then add a few inches. For example, I have 37.5 inches, and then I rounded up to 38, and then I added 6 inches positive ease of my cardigan, so that is 44 inches. And then that 44 inches of my measurements, divide that into 2 to make the back panel and then later for the front panel. So 44 divided by 2 is 22. So I made my back panel 22 inches, and then later for the front panel. But this, it's a stretchy stitches, so later it stretches more. Take note onto that also, if you're using a very stretchy yarn, or you can already see into your stitches it's stretchy. You're going to start with your foundation single crochet. Again, it's a multiple of 8 plus 1. So I have a total of 97 stitches. That is 96, then plus 1, 97. And take note, it's better you're going to make even numbers of these puppy stitches. You can see these puppy stitches, an even number, so you can have equal amount of these puppy stitches for your front panel later. So I have 12 of these puppy stitches. So later for my front panel, I'm going to have 6 here and then 6 in this side. So I recommend you to make the back panel an even number of these puppy stitches. Okay, so make your foundation single crochet first, at least your a multiple of 8 plus 1. I have 97 stitches for me, and then work your first row and then second row, third row. Just keep repeating second and third row until you reach the desired length of your back panel or your cardigan. So this is now 18 stitches. So it's, if you stretch, it's a bit more. You just continue repeating your row 2 and row 3 until you reach the desired length of your cardigan. And then just cut your yarn after that, and then you're going to work for the front panel. For the front panel, you're going to divide your stitches, or you can just count how many of these puppy stitches. So I have 12, so I'm going to have 6 and then 6 puppy stitches here. So I'm talking about these puppy stitches here, okay? Or you can just divide your stitches. First, deduct 1 stitch, the plus 1, and then divide that into 2 to get your count of stitches for your first panel, or right side front panel, and then left side front panel. Okay, this is my first front panel. So I just divide my stitches. So I have 97 in my back panel. I remove the plus 1 stitch, so 96. So divide that is 48. Then when you do again your foundation single crochet here, you're going to add your plus 1. Okay, so 48 then plus 1, so I have 49 stitches here for my right side front panel. So it's the same. You're going to start with the foundation single crochet, your row 1, row 2, row 3, just keep repeating row 2 and row 3. And for the left side front panel, I have also 49 stitches. Okay, so you're going to work these front panels first. You can start first your right side front panel, and then here I'm going to show you how to make the neckline. So in your last 2 rows, these pop stitch, and 1 row, the single crochet, the repeating row 2, I'm going to show you how to make the decrease here. So I'm now in my last 2 rows, these pop stitch and then the repeating row 2. Okay, so for the front panel, again, start with the half of your stitches of the back panel, And then just keep repeating your pattern stitches until you reach before your last 2 rows, your puff stitch and your last single crochet row. I'm going to show you here how to make the decrease for the neckline. Okay, when you are in your last 2 rows here in the front panel, so work your puppy stitches here and then stop in your last 2 puppy stitches. So you're just going to stop in here in this double crochet. So this will be the opening of our, or the neckline of our cardigan. If you want your cardigan more open and the neckline, you can make it 3. Okay, and then stop in that double crochet. For me, I'm going to make it only the decrease in this last 2 puppy stitches. So I'm going to stop in here. So it's easy like that to make the neckline. So just going to continue work your puppy stitches here. So just stop in there, then turn your work, then just work your last row, the single crochet, the repeating row 2, chain 3, then work your stitches here. Then chain 1 and then cut your yarn a bit longer or the tail a bit longer. You can use this to sew the panels later. And you are done with your first side of your front panel. And then you're going to do your left side front panel, and then I'm going to show you also how to do the decrease in here. For the left side front panel, you're going to start also the same kind of stitches like your right side front panel, and then just continue. Then into your last 2 rows, you're going to make the decrease. So we're going to make the decrease in this side. So in here, into your last row of your repeating row 2, work your double crochet and then just chain 1 to secure your yarn, cut your yarn, and then insert in here into this double crochet to continue. So I already insert my yarn in here. So if you do 3 puppy stitches, you start in here. Okay, so insert again your yarn and then chain 1, make single crochet, then chain 2. This is our double crochet, and then work the pop stitch into that second chain. Continue your pop stitch until the last stitch, and then turn your work your last row, the repeating row 2. Then just continue your last row here, working your repeating row 2. Then just work your last double crochet in your last stitch. Chain 1 to secure your yarn. So you need to stop also in that last stitch. And we are done with our 2 front panels. Next is we're going to sew the panels, the front and back panel together. To sew the panels together, first decide where is your right side or wrong side of the panel. The stitch pattern is look reversible. You can see in this side it's more like flat, the puppy stitches, and in this side it's more like popping out. As you can see, that into your stitches. So you can decide whether you like in this side or in this side. So for my personal preference, I like this more flat side than this popping out, but it's look beautiful also this, but I like more this. Put first your back panel right side up. So this is my right side up, or the wrong side facing down. Then your 2 front panels right side down or facing with this right side back panel. So this is my right side. So I'm going to put the right side facing down. So like this. So the front panels, wrong side up, then right side down. So the right side here are facing. And then using the left long tail, this one, sew the panels or the shoulders together here. So you can use your yarn needle and then just sew the side. Very simple, just whip stitch. Okay, I will show you a bit in here. So make sure they are aligned. Just simply whip stitch can do in this stitch and then into that next stitch in this. Just continue here. After sewing the shoulders, before sewing the sides here, first you're going to make the sleeve so you know how open you will make for the armhole, and you're going to sew it here at the side. So first make the sleeve. So I'm going to show you now how to make the sleeves. For the sleeves, we're going to make it separate. You're going to work the same stitch pattern and work it in a round. So I'm going to show you how to do that. This is my first sleeve done and I'm still working my second sleeve. So I'm going to show you how to start. To make the sleeve, we're going to make a chain. Instead of the foundation single crochet, we're just going to start chaining. So make a slip knot and then insert your hook. And now our stitch pattern just only the multiple of 8, so you don't need to add the +1. So I'm just going to make a chain, a total of 24, just to show you how to start or how to work the sleeves in a round. I have now my 24 chains here. And now we're going to connect in here in this first chain. Make sure your chains not twisting. So I'm going to insert my hook at the bump of my chain. So make sure it's not twisted, your chains. And then slip stitch here to connect. And now we're going to work our first single crochet here. We can make the single crochet and chain 2. This is our first double crochet, and we're going to skip the 3 chains and then work the pop stitch. So it's the same. I'm going to skip 3 and then work the 3 pop stitch. So I'm not going to show you how to make this anymore, the pop stitch. I'm just going to show you how to work to connect in the last stitch. So continue here, it's the same, just skip 3 and then work your 3 pop stitches. It's going to look like this. And then I'm coming back to show you how to connect into this first stitch. Okay, when you are done your last 3 pop stitches, you're going to skip these last 3 stitches and here into this first double crochet, the single crochet and chain 2. We're going to slip stitch our work in here into this chain, slip stitch, and then turn your work like this. So you are now facing the wrong side. or you can flip if you are deciding this is your right side. So it's the same. We're going to work single crochet on top of this chain, or this is the slip stitch. So you just going to insert your hook in there and then make a single crochet and then 3 chains. So this is our first double crochet and then 1 chain space. So, and then work in the 3 space your single crochet, then 3 chains, make a bit loose in the second chain, and then single crochet in the chain 3 space, chain 1, and then double crochet on top of the double crochet. So it's the same, you're just going to work it in a round slip stitch into this. So I'm just going to show you once more here in this row how to slip stitch. So just decide how wide you would like for your sleeves. So I made like 9 of these pop stitches. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is my beginning. So it's up to you if you would like only 8, so it's only like this, you can decide. Okay, so here when you are finished your last single crochet and then chain 1, you're now going to slip stitch here into your first stitch. This is the double crochet, single crochet, and 2 chains. Slip stitch into the second chain. So you still have the chain 1 space here. Just slip stitch, turn your work, and work into that slip stitch your first single crochet and chain 2 for your double crochet, and then continue work your repeating pattern. You continue work your sleeves. So you're going to make 2. I finished my first sleeve and this is my first sleeve done. You're just going to end repeating row 1 these 5 stitches so you have this curve edge. Okay, you decide if you would like your sleeves to a bit shorter or 3/4 or longer. I'm coming back after I finish my second sleeve and to show you how to do the next step. Right, when you are finished your 2 sleeves, now we're going to attach into the main panel. I have a total of 12 rows of these puppy stitches. Put again your main panel wrong side out, also the sleeve wrong side out. Now we're going to position our sleeves in this part. You can use your stitch markers to hold the pieces together. Make sure your slip stitching stitches, this part, it's here in this side. So find the middle of your stitch here. So for me, this. And then attach it into this sewing stitch here in the shoulder. You can use the stitch markers using the long strand of your yarn and your yarn needle. We're going to sew the sides first here, low down, lower. So we're going to sew first here until the stitch mark and then continue sewing these 2 around, and then at the back, then we will finish also in this stitch mark. So attach your yarn here, then start sewing using whips stitch like in here and in this side. Okay, continue sewing these sides until you reach here, and then continue only in this panel around. So you continue and then this side together until you finish in this corner. Okay, so start here sew, and then continue the front, these two front around, then at the back, and then finish in this corner. Okay. Alright, after sewing the sleeves, now I'm going to show you how to do the side borders and the neckline. Turn again your panels to the right side out. I already did the first side. So here it is. It's simple 3 rows of single crochet. 1, 2, 3. So I started in here, and then work single crochet and then another 2 rows. So 3 rows of single crochet. Very simple. And in this side, I'm going to show you how to do, because we're going to make the buttonholes in this border. Okay, insert your yarn in this corner, then you're going to start chaining 1 and then single crochet into the same stitch, and we're going to do 4 single crochet in each of these sides. So we'll have 1 here, then we're going to make 1 here, that is 2, and then 1 in the middle, 3, and 1 in this corner, 4, and another 4 again in this side. So you can plan. So I just put 4 in here, so 1 in the middle, or in this 2, 3, 4. Okay, so all single crochet. You can see that into your stitches. If you need to put 5, you can do that, as long as you have the same kind of stitches here and to this border, this side. Okay, I'm going to continue all single crochet. Before continuing for the second row, plan first how many buttons you're going to put in your cardigan. In the second row, we're going to make the buttonholes. So plan how many buttons. So for me, I'm going to put 6 buttons. So I just put my stitch markers, the distance of my buttonholes. You can see that into your cardigan. Okay, it depends how many buttons you're going to put. To make the buttons, we're going to chain 1 here, and then turn, and then continue single crochet into your stitch mark where your buttonhole. We're going to skip this, then just chain 1 here, skip that, and then into that next stitch continue your single crochet. And this skip 1, it depends how big your buttons. Okay, if it's big, what you're going to do is just chain 2 and then skip 2 also. Skip 2 single crochet, and then into that next stitch work single crochet, so you have a bigger hole here. So you can see that because it's little big this, so I just prepared to make it 1 smaller hole. Just make 1 chain and then skip 1 and then continue single crochet. Okay, so as easy as that. Just skip that stitch mark and then chain 1 also. Okay, when you reach your stitch mark where you're going to make the button hole, just skip this mark stitch and then chain 1, then continue single crochet into that next stitches. Okay, and then into the next row, I'm going to show you how to do again. continue here. Okay, when you are done your second row, for the third row, chain 1 and then turn, continue your single crochet, and then into the chain 1 or chain 2, you're just going to work in that chain single crochet also, and continue into the stitches, single crochet. So simply as that, just work single crochet into all the stitches and then single crochet also into that chain 1 or chain 2 space that you made. So again, here in this chain 1, I just work single crochet. Okay, and finish your border in here, and then make the next side, this side without hole, all single crochet, 3 rows. Okay, and then I will show you how to make the borders also. For the neckline is 3 rows of single crochet also. I'm just going to show you how to start. Continue your borders on the side, and I'm coming back. Okay, so when you are done your side borders, we're just going to continue here to make the neckline, all single crochet also. So since I already in here, I don't cut my yarn, so you can do that. You can just first make your borders here and then in this side, so you're going to continue here without cutting your yarn. So just chain 1 and make single crochet on this side. So I have 3 rows here, so I'm just going to make 3 single crochet, and then here, so we have chain 1 space, we can do 1 single crochet into that, and then on top of this single crochet, and then in this chain 3 space you can make only 2. You can see that into your stitches, if you need 3 you can put 3. Okay, and then on top of the single crochet, I'm just carrying this tail, so less weaving of ends. We have chain 1 here, so you can just put single crochet in that on top of the double crochet, then chain 1 space, single crochet, and then single crochet and top of single crochet, and in this chain 3 space I will make only 2 single crochet. Okay, so put all single crochet around, and then for the next row single crochet also, just chain 1 then turn single crochet, and then third row chain 1 turn single crochet also, and finish your neckline border simply as that, all single crochet. Okay, so I'm coming back when I'm finished the neckline border. Continue. Okay, when you are done the neckline border, attach your buttons already attached. I use these buttons. And last thing, for optional, if you would like your sleeves like this with a tie in these heads to make it a bit like bell sleeve, or you can ignore that. This is nice also. You can make a long chain. This is about 35 inches, 35 to 40 inches, or long single crochet to make it a bit thicker, your cord, and then attach it here. So just do it like this, in and out into this double crochet. When you are done, just weave all your ends, and we are finished with our cardigan. So this is the final outcome of my cardigan. Hope you like it, this tutorial. You can tag me your finished cardigan at Crochet by Beb, or if you would like to support me, you can like this video, share or comment, and subscribe to this channel, and hope to see you again next time. Happy crochet everyone. Bye.